What's up, everybody? It's the girl Juju, and everybody loves Juju12 Talks Hoops. I just wanted to come up and talk a little hoops today. So much was going on, some great games yesterday. But before we talk about USC's matchup with Ohio State tomorrow at the Galen's Dinner at 6 p.m. Pacific time and on Fox Television, I want to know if anyone has seen that Tennessee UConn matchup. For old heads like me that still think it's a rivalry, even though Tennessee hasn't won since 2007, it was a fantastic game. You know, more than the rivalry, I enjoyed that game was just watching the maturation of this young, well, I wouldn't say young Tennessee team, but I would say new coach, okay, and new actually style of play. I've watched Tennessee for a number of years, as far back as when I was in college in the 80s. And, you know, I had my favorite teams are in the 90s. You know, there's teams in the 2000s. You know, the Meeks, you know, Masiniacs. When I mean the Meeks, you know, Shamiqua. And then you move into the era of the Candace Parker. And I love that team. What is it? Case. It was Candace Parker, Ace Clement, Sydney Spencer, Nikki Anasicki, Shannon Bobbitt, and oh gosh, I don't want to forget her buddy that ended up in Detroit. I cannot. Oh, I apologize. Hornbuckle that played for Detroit later on in the WNBA. That was one of my favorite Tennessee teams, and the style of play that Ken Caldwell, we all know that she liked to press. You notice she's lost some very close. I mean, she was knocking at the door to get her ranked team. As I call it, she was fishing, and she was fishing hard. And if those girls could put together a solid game where they would make smart decisions and keep going to what's working, whatever that might be, whether it's these or whether it's driving the paint, whatever towards the end of the game, especially, you know, second half of the season, so to speak, where we're like in February, where, let's face it, the team, you know, players are fatigued. Travel, you know, and I'm talking about that with USC, with traveling, school, brands for superstars, responsibilities they got to, you know, take on, and the load that some superstars take on while their team is gelling and starting to take on more responsibility with offensive loads, defensive loads, and things like that. And I tell you, man, I just saw that happening. I didn't know who Tennessee was going to catch, but I knew they was going to catch them a fish. And it's not conference, but nevertheless, come on down, UConn. And UConn is on their, is, you know, pretty much on their trajectory similar to USC, because their conference is a lot weaker and they have to play non-conference games. losing to a lower ranked team doesn't help their case, right? So, playing Tennessee, but now coming up in about a week, we got UConn is going to have to play South Carolina, so that could be a loss. I think UConn has possibly. Let me see. They have another, I think, in my opinion, challenging team on deck on schedule that is non-conference that could actually hurt their chances of remaining in the position that they're in. Let's see. So UConn, let's take a look. UConn, let's see their schedule real quick. So they face Tennessee, right? Okay. So they face Tennessee, and then they have Providence, St. John, South Carolina, Seton Hall, Butler, UConn. Well, basically, they just probably have South Carolina, which I say is another loss, right? What's up, Nippy Nip? Yeah, come on in here, Nip. I'm just talking USC hoops, and I love to talk with you. I don't care if it's just me and you today. I know people will go back and take a look at this, or they can join us now, whichever may. So I can just tell you, you and I, we talk in the Discord with others, and we're marinating on what's happening with USC, and I really feel that I'm not really worried about USC. I think that like I've said before, it is the traveling caught up to them. Like I said, there was like the Indiana Purdue stop, come back, play Minnesota, get back on the road, and go to play Iowa and Wisconsin. And in my eyes and what I could see, taking account. Let's talk about Juju, for instance. She was just flat to me. Legs, fatigue. Juju doesn't like to take possessions off on defense as much as she can. I mean, if we had a team, and I think we obviously do, we do have other players that can step up. But I think if Juju would just do help side defense, or definitely she can't guard the main superstar or scorer for the opposite team. This is not wise the way that she plays and the usage, but she plays so hard. But her brand deals, her schooling, I see her popping up on things that obviously she had to film at sometimes. She has responsibilities with brand deals. And as we get closer to March Madness, you never know if she's doing commercials, but I would hope that the brands would take that into account and keep the main thing, which is playing basketball for her. Definitely her legs, and not only just her. I like the way Lindsay, because my thing was always been get up, get a lead, do the press, and Rhea, your bigs, Kiki and Juju, especially, some rest, and they did, and they came in the game, and Avery and Kaylee and Clarice were fantastic to me. So, what up, Ju? Tennessee's press was too much for UConn. Did you see that? I mean, listen, it's not like UConn got blown out, right? It's not that UConn got blown out, and it's not a matter of them getting blown out. It's like, was Tennessee 19th ranked Tennessee supposed to be that close to UConn in the first place? UConn is in ranked 5 and Tennessee's ranked 19. But right now, in my opinion, anybody can get it, especially in conference play. So, everybody judging, pointing fingers. Ooh, look at USC, you lost to so-and-so. Hey, your time's coming, because there's people in the hunt for you as well, and if you got any teams that are in the top 1 through, let's say, what is it, LSU, okay, all those SEC teams, they're about to play one another again. And it's there's from about Vandy all the way up to Kentucky, to LSU, to South Carolina, to Tennessee. They are all, those teams that aren't in the top 3 in the country are coming, and they're hungry. And LSU, I actually have to say, I've liked LSU, and in the last few games that I saw, I like the big 3 is finally rounding off. And if look at Texas and be honest, they're kind of like showing glimpses of their greatness that people feel that they have, right? And Taylor Jones, from what I remember, is she fouled out early, so she never really got to be on the course. Old Acres, that was like, the leading scorer. So with enough pressure and enough film that is out there and all the scouting, unless the coaches, which I think, for instance, USC, I think that USC has held back certain things and are working on them in practice and showing glimpses of little things in the game. I think that they know that they would have to have a different strategy for Ohio and UCLA. And what's important about Ohio and UCLA is that we're all right there in the top 3 in the Big Ten, and I think 2 teams get a bye. So you want to be in 1 and 2 position, and then also, too much losing of these games. Like, we'll play Saturday, right? So we'll play Ohio State, and then I want to see after Ohio State, obviously we play UCLA, and then we'll play after UCLA. Now we kind of now I feel this is going to be a good line before the Big Ten conference tournament, that we can get some rest, okay? Because we got to go. We're going to stay on the Western Hemisphere, so we're going to go from UCLA at home to flying to Washington, right? We're used to that. Then we come back, and Michigan State is a team that we got to keep an eye on too, okay? Michigan State is a good team. And then we stay home for Illinois, and then we just go across the street, so to speak, to Poly. So Nick said, I hope they're allowed to truly rest. Yeah, they need to rest. And like you said, I want to say something that you were alluding to with you alluded to, meditation. I alluded to visualization. I really want to see her like on her downtime. She's gonna go to school, but get rest for real, like feet up type of rest. Her team needs to save that NIL business for the days. It's not necessarily the NILs like in there, but it's her brand deals too. The way the Ohio UCLA game, which is in 4 days, I believe. Ohio is Saturday on Fox TV, and then UCLA is on the 13th. Okay. And you said I hope they gave her time to recover for tomorrow's game and didn't have any unnecessary activities besides school and practice. Me too. That's what I'm saying. That's what she needs. You can clearly see what it is. I know Pat Summitt was tap dancing in the sky after yesterday's game. Tell me about it, bro. I was so like out of them. I was like, wow, like that's amazing. She was knocking at the door, Nippy. It was bound to happen. You gotta know that. Back today, a morning, we hadn't lost since you. Oh, that's right. We have a UConn fan. Respect. Time for a change. We will become Tennessee Tech. I don't know what that means, Tennessee Tech. Hey, G, what up, RC? UConn women's basketball is going to be highly ranked because they play in a non-competitive week Big East Conference. I don't know. SC, listen. Right now, what they're all trying to do is be a top seed. They were a number 3 seed in last year's tournament. That right? When we faced them, they beat us as a number 1 seed in Elite Eight. So this isn't unusual. They are right. They deserve to be like a number 3 seed, in my opinion, because that weak ass conference is not. That's why they have to play the Notre Dames, the USCs, the South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Try to get a Tennessee in there. Try to get some more ranked games. North Carolina, they won. So they're not going to beat South Carolina. So, in my opinion, right? But hey, anything's possible, right? But shoot, I don't know what you guys, but I was saying, I was reading what he said about switching conferences, and I said, nah, you can't switch conferences because it's about money. It's about the football team. Thank you, Nippy. You got to keep me. I need to get your in the Discord. I need to get your email, so I would like to make you a wrench if you don't mind. Thank you guys for telling me on mute. And then, and I hope I addressed what SC said about me parroting. I don't parrot anything. Things that I say, I hear the people say, because it's not about us parroting anything. It's about us having some kind of knowledge from us watching the game, having knowledge of the game, playing the game. So whenever I say something, I will give credit where credit is due. But if I say it, it's because I thought it first. So only 15 of 19 games will qualify for the Big Ten tournament. 15 of 19 teams. 15 of 19 teams will qualify for the Big Ten tournament, for the March Madness tournament. No, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's 4 to 6 teams. I'm tired of the experts also to do spouting about the weak conference like they know something the rest of us ball fans don't. Every good year we have, every goddamn year we have to hear the same line. I know, and Mondo, and he does an excellent job of scheduling out of conference, which gives him, listen, they do this what the men do, and it started this year with quad 1, quad 2, quad 3, quad 4. So he I think a lot of them, they did a great job of scheduling enough quad games to get ranked and get a higher quad. Yes, like you said, he can't help what conference he's in, but he's always like never ducked competitions. So don't worry about what people say. LSU, the top 5 teams, I think, as long as they don't run into South Carolina, they could probably win the championship again. Tell me how, Chicago, tell me how you see that they could win. Mondo, UConn, and win what championship? First of all, can they win the SC championship? Tell me that. Number 2, tell me, because Autumn did the brackets, and I know it's going to change, but the brackets that she did the other day with us being top seed it was a great bracket for USC. I mean, I wish I didn't have to run into LSU. I didn't have to run into Notre Dame. I didn't have to run into UConn. I didn't have to run into UCLA. It was crazy the way I saw it. I was like, oh, thank God, that'll get us in. So I don't know if it's going to stay that way. That's why I'm saying it's important. This stretch here, I think, winning against Ohio State, winning against UCLA, and winning against Michigan State are all great tests for us in such a way that you guys have I mean, it affects everything. It affects our number 1 seed position in the not just the Big Ten tournament, but the tournament itself. I said SC parroted the weak conference line about the Big East. How many people have said that already? Oh, got you, Mondo. Okay. That's what I said. That's what I was trying to tell them. How many people we know that? How many people really not only parrot but constantly come at LSU for their scheduling, and I don't have a problem with it because they won with it before. But not only that, she has so many new people all the time. You just don't necessarily throw them in the fire like that, to ruin their confidence. But I'd like to see next year our team, USC, come out swinging, playing all the top teams. I don't want to hear crap. I love LSU, but they're not getting no championship win this year competition. And he said, right, I like them too. I like when the big 3 are hooping with an additional players helping. I mean, it's just exciting basketball. I mean, they look like Michaela getting 37. Like I was like, come on, Michaela, you were number 2 behind Juju at high school. I need you to hoop because I've always liked her game. Ju, no, for the Big Ten conference tournament. Oh, for the Big Ten. Okay, got you. All right. Yeah. So basically, we're hanging on like second, tied with Ohio State. So it's important for us to play Ohio State and win. And how we're going to do that. That's what I kind of want to talk about a little bit today. I was going to break my TV if we lost to Minnesota yesterday. You did? You guys won 68-60? Okay, Iowa. That to me, RC, that's huge because I think Minnesota is pretty tough. So what I see happening right now with Iowa is that they're getting tougher. They're starting to play some big basketball, and then nobody should sleep on them. They're starting to play some basketball now because that the way they had just fell off the map and just fell apart. I was like, they're not that bad of a team. Like, why did that happen? I didn't really understand that in the Big Ten. I actually know that Lucy Olsen got game. Hannah Stokey got game. Little Guyton's trying to hoop. You got, I don't know all your players, but you got a couple of pieces there. Back to 500, 6-6 conference play. After being 2-6 conference play during that 5-game skid, you do now my Hawkeyes have won 4 straight. See, it's not a big deal. Like you can go on a skid and come and come back. And if you're playing top-notch basketball, you never know what you can do down the stretch. I apologize. I'm just in a mood because of the loss. Correct on the LSU statement, Juju. Okay. I mean, you know me. I don't. If you disagree, you show me how I could be wrong. I definitely rethink what I say and kind of see your point. And I'm glad you do the same. USC's better play SC teams in conference next year. No, I mean exactly. They need to, Nippy. I really feel like by that time, as far as they're gonna get those players that are gonna be with us next year, that are growing with Juju, need to play some tough competition that they're gonna face for the next 2 years. Aces now. Aces have dribbling data. Wow. And I thought they was trying to keep Dana, that she had this connection with Jeff Pagalito, whatever his name is. Notre Dame versus Gamecocks in the finals. Okay, Farrell, that's a good call. Notre Dame. I think you guys sleep too much on UCLA, in my opinion. Remember I say that. Pin my comment. You sleep too much on UCLA. Even though I feel that we can beat UCLA, for different reasons, the way that we match up with them, and I think we have the better guards, I feel like you guys sleep on them too much. We have to win this game, and Ohio has 3 players that USC's need: McMahon, Jelani, and Chance Gray. Absolutely, I agree. If Chance doesn't hit from that outside, I think we should go 4 guards, one center, and not play Rhea as much, but play Kiki more because of the mobility, and it gets too clogged in there. And we press. I know they're going to press and transition. I would like to even throw a little zone in the test Chance Gray's outside shot. I would push Jelani. Don't let Jelani go down the middle. Push her out to the perimeter. Push her and can go baseline, even though she doesn't. And Cody, she wears down, in my opinion. Like, we handled Cody last year, but who would guard her? That would be the thing. And you guys are coming with the comments. I can't really get to us talking about strategy. Sorry for the rants in the Discord about the double standards of Juju and Hannah annoying. Oh, I loved it. I was agreeing with you guys. I was busy kind of like doing something, but I kept glancing down, and I had said that before when they do the comparison of Hannah and, Hannah just being so all out on defense. But however, Juju is like in the watch list for defensive player of the year because she's got defense, and it irritates me that you don't understand what defense is. It's more than just steals, it's more than just blocks. She doesn't have any blocks. Juju's right there with her in steals, but she has blocks, and Juju has higher rebounds, right? So those are offensive skills. So I don't understand why they don't call Hannah the best two-way player in the country. Do that, because compared to Juju's usage on ball and her playing tough defense, she's doing it all. But you right there, and you're a little bit more efficient. I'll give you that. But other than that, like, you're 2 points ahead, so it's not like you're just like all out. Like, it was Clark and then it was everybody else. It was Clark, Juju, and then everybody else. You're for runner-up last year, so don't do that. You're not that far ahead, and we got some good stuff coming up for us. And for Duke, she gets the rest. Some teams just don't want South Carolina to smoke. You can't really blame them, but to salute to the non-conference team, they do play. I would want to play South Carolina. I think the opportunity to play them, and even play them at CLA, play them at home, whatever the case may be, I think would be. I don't like the matchup taking place, say, November, because UCLA beating a South Carolina team in November is not the same as UCLA beating a South Carolina in February or March or April. It's just not. They're not the same team. Who do you think is going to be guarding who? Kennedy should be on a chance because he's our perimeter defender. Okay, we'll get to that. Dude, I'm screaming it on the mountain. My Hawkeyes can beat your Trojans. My number one Bruins. Damn sure better figure it out. You just caught us slipping. You just got us tired. You got us tired. I think the USC Trojans next season should same top SC teams next season. They will be better in their conference. Yeah, they do. All of us do. I think on the West Coast, we both need to be playing some SC teams, whether it be Tennessee. We did a private scrimmage against Texas that you guys don't know about. So we did play an SC team, SEC team. The commentators was real disrespectful to Olivia Miles during yesterday's game when she said Hannah has the best IQ. Like, be for real. And then was something you guys were talking about too, that like, and I've noticed that they'll be blowing out teams, and during the season I've seen Hannah and Miles all up in the game until Hannah got 30 or to especially for Olivia to get a triple double. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, if that were Juju, I wouldn't hear it. I wouldn't hear the last of it. Certain fans, and I'm like, stop. Like, why do you not say that to them, but you say that? I was like, leave them in the game. Let them legs get tired. They risk injury that way. Sure enough, Anna hurt herself. And when she was out 2 games. You lose 2 games, you're out 2 games, and you want me to crown you, player of the year? Kiss my ass. But it doesn't help that name stays staying where they're ranked. Nobody has a chance to play them, to knock them off. So it's like they'll just sit there. There's no top team going to play them. It has to be someone in their conference that sneaks up on them and catches them sleeping. Florida State or Georgia Tech, right? To do that. So the only way, something miraculous would need to happen, which is USC somehow lands in the AP second spot, South Carolina first spot, Notre Dame third spot, something crazy like that. But I can't see UCLA dropping below Notre Dame. Nippy Elizabeth Clarice, what's her last name? Clarice Akawafu. I love Clarice. She's playing good ball. And for your knowledge, RC, you should go back and watch the first game that played them last year I was at when we beat UCLA at home and Rhea was out. Watch the matchup between Clarice and Betts, how her 6'6" bothers Betts. Nobody up in the cloud with Betts in the Big Ten like Clarice. Drew, I don't know if you talked about it, but can we talk about Hannah doesn't get shit for staying in the game late? Yeah, that's what I was saying, Jacob. That's what I'm saying. She don't get no flack. Nobody says anything. They just love it. I'll be waiting for somebody in the comments and YouTube or something. Naughty. So, but if somebody else and Juice was in the game, God forbid. Big C on USC is Clarice Akawafu. She held Lauren down last year. Tell him, Nippy. Clarice starts Lauren better than Red. Tell him, Nippy. He needs to go watch the game. All right. So listen, I have something special coming up next week. And you guys, I want to do your homework. I have some special guests before the UCLA coming on Wednesday from a guard from LA that played alongside Ann Myers in the 1978 AIAW championship game for UCLA. Anita Ortega. Nita Ortega. Remember that name. Another guard right after that comes out of the Bay Area that played for UCLA during the Sherman Miller era. My thing is coming up. It's Angel Hardy. Remember that name? Shooting guard. Angel Hardy. And then I'm going to have after her, and the next generation after her is Dora Dome. All out of UCLA. Some guests, RC, for you to shoot some questions, do your homework. Look them up, pattern whatever information. You know, what was it like to play Cheryl's era? What was it like to play alongside of Ann Myers? What was it like to play for UCLA? What do they think about UCLA doing their thing right now? Are they excited? You know, what's the difference? It's a huge difference in getting to the Final Four in this generation than it is years ago, and not even that far ago. It's so I mean, it's so challenging. I mean, the steps that it takes with all of these 4 teams or something, so different, guys, than back in my day. It's so different. I'm just amazed at these athletes. I'm just amazed. But yeah, I only have one lined up for USC that was coached by Cheryl Miller and played with Lisa Leslie and Tina Thompson, point guard, that I want to do Monday or Tuesday, I think. And so I'm gonna do a little candid talk with them. So you guys be here, represent, come support this. It's for you. You know, because knowing the history and talking to players that have played with some of the played with the best that ever played the game, that are actually, I have everybody. I know people that played with Ann, Lisa, Cheryl, I was gonna say Don, but I can't say that. But Don, I can't say Nancy because I'm trying to think. With these players, you know, and Katrina, but the awards that we see, that they Wooden Awards and things like that, Naismith Awards. These are the players that played along, that they're unsung heroes, you know, because you have unsung heroes. So you'll be there, Nippy. Thank you. But does anybody know where to go so we could vote for June? Not yet for the Shooting Guard Award. I haven't seen it come out. Please send their names in the Discord so I can research them. Okay. And you know, all that's gonna come, but we got to stay focused on what's ahead of us. And what's ahead of us is tomorrow, Saturday, Ohio State, right? So we know Ohio State. We know they like to press. We know that they like to press, right? They press pretty heavy. Press is not bad. It's really disruptive. And one of the things that we don't want to get into is turning the ball over, right? We definitely have the height. That was the only thing in that UCLA USC UCLA Ohio State game. They took they showed some armor of UCLA, because they had no answer for Betts. They had no answer for the big. That was it. They had no answer for the big. And it's sad because we got 3 bigs, you know, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". I mean, but what everybody's gonna try to do, Nippy, I don't know, because I think they think we can't break a zone or what have you. I don't know what they're doing. They're trying to do this little zone thing. But what we need to do is just get, I think, Billy, Echo. These are the people that I believe should be in this game for us for sure. Kaylee Echo, Avery, Kennedy, Kiki, Jew. 4 guards, 1 big. Those should be your starters. And of course, you're going to sprinkle in Clarice. course, you're gonna sprinkle in Rhea rim protection. Of course, you're gonna bring in TiVo for her tough physical defense. Okay, and then Malia can help run up and down with she needs to slow down a little bit, get her pace together. With the guard, right? I don't think Jew guards. I think last year what they did, they had in the very beginning of the game, they had Cody on Jew. She was just not enough. I don't think she knew how strong Juju was, and how physically strong she was, and how fast she was, and how her on ball handles was too much for Cody. Stop and go as he's crossovers and things like that's just too much. So they went with at times JC, at times Celeste. They do about 3 different people last year when they first met her. I know that Juju seems like I could see her wanting to guard Jelani with her speed, but I think I definitely don't want her to try to stay in front of Jelani the whole time. There's no way we need Juju's offense, so I don't want to do that. I think Kennedy or Avery can do Chance great. I think Chance would feel comfortable shooting over an Avery. How? So, what I'm really concerned with is the middle of our defense. I don't want Rhea flashing high like she does. When she flashes, because that's what they want to do, is to bring our bigs like Rhea likes to do that flash and try to steal. Clarice does it. It's part of the defense. I don't want them flashing out of the paint. They want to get our bigs out of the paint so that they can drive, and I don't want to see that. Yeah, we perform best offensively with that lineup. Yeah, I think we do. I don't know the numbers or anything. I could just tell that it looks like we score more when they're in, if that makes sense. I'm not like mathematician, statistician type of thing. I don't really know how to explain it. Also note that Avery is almost shooting 40%. I believe it from the 3. But the thing is, she could shoot that or even higher if she would even take more shots. When she only shoots like, and she'll be real efficient. She'll be like at 50%, right? And she'll stop shooting. She'll only have like 5 shots between the 3 and the field goals. And I'll be like, girl, come on. Like, you got to take more shots. And I was getting mad at her before because she was missing before. But I think your shot is falling now. And we need you to take these shots. Also, no, yeah. First year, the next 2, Juju without her 3 so big for us this year. And the next 2. Yeah. I think they're going to bring in Kennedy. Yeah, I think they're going to bring Kennedy to guard Cambridge for some reason. And then, but like you can guard Cambridge and fall off the ball. Because what Cambridge will probably do is use the screen to get Kennedy off. And then you'll see Ju pop up or the other wing pop up because of the switch. Now, if she can, Kennedy will fight through a pick. Now, don't get it twisted. Juju needs to guard McMahon or Theory. Okay. Hey, do it. Only way UCLA one doc will remain in the top 10 after the 13th Monday is when the posts come out. Only way UCLA back in the top 10 after February 13th. Assuming that we're gonna win. Yeah, assuming that we'll beat them, and we might be moving up to 6 because of the UConn loss. And then UConn when does UConn play? I think UConn plays South Carolina on the 16th. There might be some movement that only moves us to 6, or there might be some losses that are going to be that are moving us up. I don't know, but if we were to beat the number 1 team in a 6th spot or the 5th spot, the question is how far would they move UCLA down, how far would that drop down? 3 spots? Because you would be losing to a 6th-ranked team. That would be us. That's not a good way to. That's not a good thing to do. You know what I'm saying? We were in 4th, and if we were to beat them, it wouldn't drop as far as us being in the 7th spot. You meant USC basketball. Okay. That's the question. That's too hard to say. I can't. If you think you're asking me, let's say we're in 7th spot, and we play UCLA, and we win on the 13th. Does that mean we move to the number 1 spot? I dare not say that. I don't know. I don't think so. But if we do that, it'll get us back in the top 4 spot. I don't know that just automatically switched. It did for UCLA when they beat South Carolina. It certainly did. They zoomed them right straight to number 1, and that took me out. I was like, whoa, it was so early. But and that'd be interesting, huh? I don't know. I think beating Ohio State and then beating UCLA should garner us some good conversation would be in the top 3. That's just my thought. If we beat UCLA and Ohio, we should move to 4 or even 3. A lot of the teams over us are gonna lose over this. I think a lot of teams are gonna lose over this next. And how are we gonna get it in the top 3? Would you guys be surprised if we beat them and they throw us in the number 1 spot? That would be sick, right? I'd be like, oh Lord, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Because you know what? Because what they could do is it would piss people off for us to be in that number 1 spot, and then at the end of the month lose to them, and then they take it back the number 1 spot because they would only have 2 losses. 1 loss. UCLA would only have 1 loss. So they would go right back into their spot. That would be everybody would be up in arms. But it would be their only loss. So they rightfully should go back to that top spot. And then does it keep on moving when we get into the tournament, the Big Ten? Because I imagine that we're going to be us or how we'll be playing them for the championship. That's what I kind of picture. I kind of picture us staying in the top 3 unless we do something like we really show our ass and be real tired and fatigued or whatever the case may be and get lose in the Michigan State and Illinois or Washington or some of the teams that we're going to be playing down the stretch. But the great thing about it is we get to be home, we get to be on the West Coast, no time changing, and that'll give Nippy the rest that we're looking for the girls, and the familiarity with the time zone and their own beds and all that good stuff. And there's some days in between that have got to knock out some NIL brand deals, take care of that, take care of school, some home cooking, and just get focused. Get your mind right. Just get your mind right. Get your mind right and get your body recover. Because good juju is arrested juju. Shane forgot how to play basketball. And Coach G and the coaches being able to get some strategies and some plays in there when the transition is not there. Get some movement and some motion with the team to move around and do something different when teams give us different defenses like the 2-3 zones or They do a boxing one too. Like come up with something. I don't want to say. I don't even want anybody to do a breakdown and say and give these teams no idea. You never know who's listening. Like I don't even want them. I mean, obviously, tapes and films. I think the travel and the tough schedule and the back to back every other day was good for us because it got freshmen and Jew because our 9-year-olds Jew and Malia, they're just sophomores. They're still babies. They're not yet juniors and seniors. So I gotta include her. As good as she is, I gotta still remember her age. And then play a whole new conference. After going through this, we gotta probably have more home games. A lot of people gonna come to us, and then because I think we probably traveled the most. I think out of every team because of the way the Big Ten is set up. So I think it had a lot to do with them just pushing through, and I'm really proud of them. Though they're not gonna put us over SC, right? That's cool. And SC is not about to lose to anyone for the season, right? Right. Why is LSU hated on your champions? Did you respectfully sell our problem? Why is LSU hating on my channel? Who hates LSU? Who hates LSU here? Because we don't. I don't. Too busy. We like LSU. I follow Go Sports. I have my membership them. I love LSU. We're not hated. I mean, they're not hated. I talk about them. I think Washu's a LSU fan. They might not like you. They might like, and he knows it. But I don't do that here. I like LSU. Congrats. Oh, yeah. Congrats. I saw that last night. Congrats to Madison Booker for getting to 1,000 career points. Yep, in her sophomore year. I saw that. I was going to say that. But I go up on check while we up. I feel like LSU aren't serious Hollywood in LA, lower Alabama, or AKA Louisiana. I don't feel like LSU aren't serious Hollywood in LA, lower Alabama, aka Louisiana. I don't know what that means. It sounds good what you're saying, but I don't know what that quite means. I don't think we've seen everything in Coach C play, but I think we have. She might have something up her sleeve, I hope she does. I hope she does, because I didn't recognize the offense from last year, and I like the we were playing with seniors, actually post seniors. That Dia and Forbes, and the difference last year trying to do is get Avery to be like that solid person that we can count on, that can take the scoring if Jew is not scoring, and that's where Forbes will do. And that's the other. She has to mature fast. I would love Kenny to be that way, but Ken plays both ends. Ken can score too, but working for Avery to be that, because Avery gets to the cup. Forbes would drive, but he didn't get to the cup as nice and quick as heck or Forbes or he does. I'm so happy when Avery gets the cup. And I see Tebow. I see what Tebow. Nobody hates LSU. Thank you, FM. I think we did. We don't hate LSU. USC and LSU are my top teams. LSU is my home team. I'll never hate them. We don't in any negative fashion. I mean, others, I mean, like Coach Smokey crazy, but LSU has a good chance of going to the Final Four besides South Carolina. Oh, okay. When BZ, when I leave LSU out, because I didn't see it. I said that in the very beginning. You guys weren't on, but I said that in the very beginning. I did not see LSU but as of late, a couple of games I've seen, I loved it. I was scared of them. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, Nick, damn, I don't play that. I ain't gonna lie. I looked at LSU like, I said, these girls is rough. They like getting it. Like they get And I was like, Mora gonna sit there chew Kiki up unless Kiki get a backbone. And Kiki got a backbone. She can get tough, but people don't believe that. But I was like, I had more faith in my bigs when Ray and Keek are healthy, wealthy, and strong. And Clarice, that's what coach needs to understand is Clarice gets down low in defense. Clarice is finishing that cup and putbacks better. But she's just not great at free throws. I felt if she met USC, they wouldn't win. And Def not beating the other three. That's coming from somebody that's been watching ball for a long time. They're content that they fall short, in my opinion. Hey, Nippy, if Juju wins Player of the Year or Chip, we smoking on Juju haters back real good. If she doesn't win Player of the Year, she'll get Shooting Guard of the Year. I'm cool with that. She'll own it for the next 2 years after that. Don't worry. I'm worried about getting to the Final Four. I just have to do. That's a goal. That's the shit. Get into the finals of the goal. And for some reason, Juju been saying this for a minute. She feels like she can win it. And so I'm gonna stick with her. Now I think her mind is more on that, y'all. I think her mind is more on that. I think if that happens, nobody will be able to shut me up, man. It's gonna happen one day. I don't know when. But I definitely did not see anybody challenging her for Player of the Year. But Hannah was playing her butt off. Juju, I respect your word. I know that you know, but these are other people just talking. I was looking at LSU. And I know last couple of games, they was like smoking. What I like about them is Love's not hitting. Little KG wasn't closing. Michaela was closing. Like it was just, and then Little Wolfenberger was kind of getting down. I'm always gonna like Morrow because I as a guard, it's crazy. It's because I played a post in high school for the first couple of years until we found a center. But I respect a woman that can get 18 and 20 rebounds. I just think I just love and put a couple of mid ranges and a 3 in there, mix it up. I love that. I love it. If you see in the tournament, I what do you expect to see to have an entire day? That's fast. A whole different mindset. They better, but not at least Juju, Kiki, and Kenny. That's why I don't expect LSU to win over them. Okay. She came with it. She gave her reasoning. Cough. Robin Lundenberg, cough. Adrian Ross, people who think they know ball. Also, Rachel Dementa, who doesn't know ball. Oh, gotcha. Nippy, LSU would beat USC. I would. They put money on it. He put money on it. LSU would beat us. I'm an LSU graduate, and I wouldn't bet on that. Not this year. She's right there in Louisiana, BZ. She's right there. If I got a healthy, springy, rested, happy Juju, she's the difference maker. And I got the rest of them playing to the best of their ability. Kiki would get outplayed by Morrow, and our guards gonna eat. What guards? What guards are gonna eat who? Who's gonna guard Juju? Who's gonna guard Juju? Because even Juju's worst game, she's a bucket. He busting. Who's better than Juju on your team? And I damn sure will pit 40% from three. Avery over Michaela. Nah, Juju and the pimps ain't beating hella. Yeah, big folk, come get it. But you already know that Moki doesn't like to put Big Four on the superstar player because she needs to save her legs. And you remember what happened with when Paige tried to guard Juju, right? Barbecue chicken. Juju will welcome Flage. It cannot be Flage because it will be barbecue. You do not have any guard that can guard Juju. 6'2", big old guard. You don't. She's too big. Who they got? Who can get that? Rhea and Clarice? Nobody. Flage not doing Shan's Kennedy. Juju's defense. She got locked by Tessa Johnson. No disrespect to Tessa. Oh, Tessa did. Tessa, that's my girl. Tessa with J. Tessa with the J. 6'1". Tessa with the J. Flage got tooken by. Wait. Tessa took Flage. She's not a defensive watch the finals for no reason, guys. That may be on the defensive list. That may be in up there ranked with the bigs and blocks and stuff. That's crazy. 6'2", big old guard. What about the white guards? What about the color to do with it? Those two white guards, as all them played in the USA national under 17 or 17 or whatever the age limit, under 18. They are Gatorade national. They're Gatorade players, and they're 5 stars, and they're down a lot of Americans. They're 5 stars. Kaylee Heckle, and Avery. No, Kaylee Heckle. I want to say Kaylee Heckle, Avery, and Kennedy are 5 stars. And Kaylee and Kennedy played with Joyce Edwards and helped they win that gold this summer. And Avery played over on the Canadian team. So they have international experience. We don't ball, but you don't seem to know much about the USC girls. Who y'all depend on? You don't depend on each other. The color of their skin don't got nothing to do with it. I don't like Kennedy, but I like Kennedy, but the 2 white guards, no. Heckle from New York. She from the Bronx. Okay, we all know what New York guards do. Kennedy Heckle got game. And she gonna be better next year. K9 be popping, being the white chocolate. She the white chocolate. He said no. Avery, I like white girls because they shoot them threes. I just need some. Or 5'11" above. So watch y'all games. Okay, cool. Then you know. Then you know. The way that the bracket looked when Autumn Johnson went over it, we didn't line up with LSU. But honestly, I kind of feel like it's all. Hold on. I kind of feel like when it's said and done, we will. I don't know why I just feel like we're gonna face LSU. You know they got a lot of answers for the Tigers. That's what Nicky said. Stick with us, BZ. Are you subscribed, BZ? Yes or no? Are you subscribed? Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification and come back up. Come back. I love to see people doubt us and we do differently. Juju and the Pimps are 8 and big 3. You crazy. Oh, you are? Thank you, BZ. Okay. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I kind of think, I don't know. I kind of think I don't know. I kind of think we're going to play them. I hope that you guys can beat Tennessee the next time you see them. You guys see them again? I think you guys see Texas and Tennessee again? Y'all just focus on that. I'm not focusing on LSU, South Carolina, nobody outside of the Big Ten right now. I got work to do. I got some big work to do. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up. But I just wanted to touch base with y'all. We got an arrival. We'll be back here, obviously, for the game on Saturday. We'll be back here either Saturday night or Sunday to recap what we saw, good or bad, with Ohio. And we got to check out BZ, LSU Tigers, and maybe throw in talking about them. And maybe BZ can help break it down what LSU's going to do on Sunday, what she said they're going to win. And then you can come back and tell us how that goes. Easy. Welcome that. So, fight on. Friday night, let's go. Have a good sleep. I'll be in the Discord. I'll be, chatting with you guys throughout the day. Got to get me something to eat right now. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to say, was just to kind of just, come up with you, talk some hoops. I'm still reeling over the Tennessee game. Those girls really balled out. Let me just say this. What I appreciate about that game was I actually, when we sit here and we talk about things that a team needs to work on, and then they work on it, and then they do it, you could tell, like, gosh, you could really knock a top team off. You really could be a really great team if you would just fix this. And I do it with the Trojans too. I just feel like, fix this, add this, tweak this, get some. I think our thing is just rest in it, because I can see they're just flat. And Fair Beauty, hey, what's happening? We're leaving now. But go back and watch the video. Make a comment. If you have joined later and you're seeing this video, go through, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, tell a friend, come on back. But also, if you want to sit through it and read the comments that I put up, and you want to make a comment, and I'll respond to it. And welcome all your comments and your viewpoints. I appreciate it. Appreciate you joining me this afternoon break. Get back to work. If you took a day off, I don't know. I don't even know what's coming on tonight other than Unrivaled, because those games on Thursday were just smoking. And there ain't nobody else on the seat tonight other than who I saw yesterday. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Talk to you soon. Peace. Fight on.